Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who will well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Shamarnia here again today. And I just want to go into another lesson. And what inspired me to do this lesson because earlier in this week, having class with the elders, they said that you have to know what you are a part of when you're in this truth. You see, because here you have it. This truth that has been given to us is a very, very great blessing from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. But in some cases, you have Jake out here that know that they're Israelite, and that's all. They don't study. They don't go into the history of what happened. They just know that they're Israelite, and that's it. And being stagnant, and that's very frightening to be in a situation to be in. So going into this lesson, because just because you call yourself an Israelite doesn't mean you truly grasp what you're a part of. So the first precept I'm going to bring out is go to Matthew 13, start at 16, and it reads, "But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them." And this is meaning that you're supposed to count yourself blessed that you are able to have this understanding of the scriptures and what is it. You're able to break it down, and you understand what it is talking about and being in this truth, because this wisdom is a gift that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai doesn't just give to any Israelite, So we are supposed to be very, very, very grateful to have this truth. Next precept, Matthew 22. Matthew 22 and 14. And this is why we're supposed to, consider ourselves, blessed. This is Matthew 22 and 14, and it reads, "For many are called, but few are chosen." You see? So it's showing you that just because, you call yourself or know that you're an Israelite doesn't mean that you're chosen of the elect. Because again, we don't know who the elect is. We're only going to find out when Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua comes back, see? When he returns. But there are things that the elect will be doing during the times right now. Precept to come to mind is 2 Timothy 2. Second Timothy 2 and 15, and it reads, "Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." And so you should be studying now that you have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures to show yourself approved unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because this truth helps build up your faith for the times to come, which is Jacob's trouble. We already seeing how the world, the state of the world is right now, with how this tyrant DJ Trump is moving. It's only a couple major prophecies that need to pop off, and we know that's the MOTB, and we're already in World War III right now. It hasn't been amplified yet, So this is what we need to be doing, studying and being in the scriptures. So again, to understand this truth, it's a great blessing. Let's read this over again. 2 Timothy 2 and 15, and it reads, "Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." So again, being in the truth, you have to rightly divide the word of truth. Precept applying precept, getting the understanding, and then you can only get that by studying the scriptures. You see, so us being the hopeful elect are doing what the elect would be doing. Warning the people, storing up our faith for the time to come. It's important to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in your mind, because soon the feminine of the word is going to hit. And knowing not only that, but the famine of the word is going to happen. But you have to have famine of food. Martial law, the pushing of the MOTB. We're going to be persecuted soon. You see. So when you hear the word salvation, we're supposed to hold on to it, because we have to endure unto the end when going through those tribulations that's soon to come. Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and 13, and it reads, "But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." So again, when we are to endure these things that come against us, and to remain in this truth. And this is again one of the things that some Jake that just only know that they're Israelite, that they don't understand this. You see, they just know that they're Israelite. They don't know the persecution to come, or to the true meaning of what it is to be in this truth, and what comes with it, that bitterness. You see. Next precept I'm gonna bring out is Ezekiel 9. Starting at verse 4. This is Slakia. This is Ezekiel 9 and verse 4, and it reads, "And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." And this is talking about the elect, because that mark that is being spoken of is that mark of exemption from judgment. I'm gonna just go into that. That the wall.
Strong's H 8420. Tav.
You see, the first definition: a mark as a sign exempt from judgment. And that's what the elect will have. Verse 5, and it reads, "And to the others he said, in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city, and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity." And this is talking about 2/3 Jake being taken out, because again they didn't want to hearken unto this truth. Verse 6, "Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house." So again, that's talking that them 2/3 that they're going to be, slain upon, because they didn't want to hearken unto the law, statutes, and commandments. They didn't want to get this truth. You see. Next precept I'm gonna bring out is John. John 15. Con. That's John 15. I'm going to start at verse 1, and it reads, "And I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth, that it may bring forth more fruit." Verse 3, "Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, ye can do nothing." And this is basically going into, you're supposed to abide in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because two-thirds of our people isn't trying to do that, which is why we're speaking, which is why, well, speaking to myself first, we should be, we should be on fire for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, speaking to myself first, we should be on fire for this truth. You see, Isaiah 26 and 20, and it reads, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, Slakia, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed." And this is going into Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai will be that hedge of protection in that day of Jacob's trouble. When that destruction hits, and the nukes is coming off, and the concentrated laser beams is shooting off, and it's going to be mass death. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to be our hedge of protection. And we're going to be in those chariots. You see, this one is talking about when it says, "Come into thy chambers." The next precept I'm gonna bring out is Psalms 91. Start at verse 1, and it reads, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilences. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be my His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day." And those in verse 5 is going into the ICBM missiles that are soon to come. They're going to soon be shot off. Verse 6, "Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee." So again, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to be that hedge of protection during that day. You see, next precept I'm gonna bring out is 2 Peter 1 verse 10. This is 2 Peter 1 and 10, and it reads, "Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail." And this is going into we are to give diligence to make our calling and election sure. Watching the videos, taking down notes, studying, the able-bodied brothers going to camp, praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You can't be lukewarm in this thing. You have to give diligence to make your calling and election sure. And as we read before, many are called, but few are chosen. And that few is talking about the elect, you see. And another thing as well, some Jake can't handle not fitting in, or being uncomfortable in society, and don't want to be persecuted. But we go through the persecuting with our families. And if you can't handle that, then what are you going to do when the era of temptation comes? If you can't handle persecution from your friends or family, you see, or when the people is is in a different spirit, because the same ones that are unbelieving, when shit gets real, who are they going to come to? The same person that they mocked for believing in this truth, and that they're going to be asking what to do in that day. And this is why we should, be preparing our minds, because all of Israel, they're not going to understand this. And I'm glad I said that, because another precept to come to mind is Romans 11:7. Romans 11:7, and it reads, "What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded." So again, all Israel, they're not gonna understand this truth. They're blinded. Only the elect will know what is happening. You see. Going back to 2 Peter 10, I'm going to just read it because I want to bring another point. And it reads, "Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure, for if ye do these things, ye shall never fail." And again, if you're giving your absolute 100% to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you cannot fail. You see? Next precept, Isaiah 33:6. This is Isaiah 33:6, and it reads, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." You see, this time that we are coming into, we have to apply the wisdom of the scriptures to our lives, because this wisdom in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to, help us greatly during that time that is to come. That it's going to help us be stable. You see. So again, after I'm still a babe in this truth, but after coming in and supping with the brothers and understanding, I myself is extremely grateful to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because I could be someone that's lost in this world, or just knowing that I'm an Israelite and not knowing what I'm truly a part of. So I praise Yahweh Hashem Yahushua every day for opening. You should praise Yahweh Hashem Yahushua every day for opening your eyes, if you understand these scriptures and understand this truth and what you're truly a part of when you call yourself an Israelite. So with that, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Shamarnia. I hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom.